featuring artists you should know about. And today we're heading to Nashville to chat with singer-songwriter Delaney Ann. Delaney grew up in Texas. She released her debut EP at the age of 13. She's written over 300 songs, and she's still in her early 20s. She's also performed hundreds of shows across the country, and she just released her latest single called This Ain't Country Club. We're stoked to have Delaney Ann on the show with us. First, Delaney, thanks so much for coming on.
How's it going, Jeff? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, boy, your grandpa, Papa, was inducted into the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame. First, that's awesome. And awesome, you also got to sing the national anthem at the ceremony.
Oh, my gosh. Thanks for following along. Yes, it's been crazy exciting, and, you know, he deserves it. He is the cowboy of all cowboys, so he absolutely deserves the title.
Yeah, I mean, you're an eighth-generation Texan. So, I mean, was he a rancher? Was he a cowboy? Was he in rodeo? What's his deal?
He is a rancher to the T. You know, he has had a long career. He was president of Texas Southwest Cattle Raisers Association, and he's just kind of been a staple in the Texas ranching community.
Wow. So how was it for you growing up? I mean, were you guys on a ranch too, or did you go see him? What was the story?
You know, I actually grew up with ranching on both sides of my family. Both sets of grandparents had cattle, and so, you know, I grew up around some legit ranchers, some legit cowboys hauling cattle, and, you know, that was kind of what I grew up around, and it actually inspired my latest single, This Ain't Country Club. You know, growing up around those people, I moved to Nashville, and I said, wow, I've seen a lot of people wearing boots, but I haven't met a lot of cowboys yet.
Yeah, it's hilarious. We'll chat about the song, but yes, she's got a big country background, so she can talk about it on her latest single, This Ain't Country Club. But you grew up in Texas. You start playing guitar when you're 9. I mean, your first EP comes out at age 13. When did writing songs, or how did writing songs first start?
Yeah, you know, I found my dad's old dusty guitar in the basement, brushed it off. He had never learned how to play it, and I said, hey, I think I could kind of do this thing. I learned 4 chords and taught myself out of a little book that was in the case, and those 4 chords quickly turned into 4 songs, and then here we are a couple hundred songs later.
Yeah, it's incredible. Your first EP, Fingers Crossed, I mean, comes out at age 13. It's a little bit over a decade ago.
Yeah.
When did you see Taylor Swift? Because she's a huge influence on you.
Yes, you know, so she was my very first concert when I was, I think I was 8 or 9, and she was opening for Rascal Flatts. So she was just up and coming and huge inspiration, and then I ended up getting to meet her about 5 years ago in Nashville. I was eating dinner, and she just walked in, and she was just as nice as everybody says she is. So,
yeah, it's incredible. If you go to Delaney's Instagram account, all the way at the end, one of her first pictures is her and Taylor Swift taken in that diner. So that was pretty cool. I mean, it's crazy because my first concert back in the day was Tesla Poison, and I'm just like a Poison fan for the rest of my life. The influence that you get off that first concert, you just fall in love with live music. And Fingers Crossed, I mean, you can just hear Taylor. I mean, you can't really see the EP anymore, but a couple songs that I dug up on you can just completely hear the Taylor Swift influence.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she's such a big songwriting inspiration, especially, you know, I grew up just listening to her and feeling like I was reading out of somebody's diary. And so that definitely it still inspires me to kind of keep writing honest lyrics and telling my story.
Yeah. You were a regular performer at Disneyland. How does this happen?
Oh my gosh, it was the most fun experience. So, you know, growing up, I kind of got to do the traveling thing, got to play a lot of shows. Very lucky to have parents that were very supportive of this whole thing. And one day Disney called and said, hey, do you want to audition to be one of our performers at Disneyland? So I got to, for a couple summers, be on the main stage at Disneyland, just kind of doing my thing. It was a blast.
Oh, it had to be incredible. And talk about the experience, because you have a different crowd every night, so you get a different reaction every day.
Yes. Oh, the kinds of people you meet, it's families, it's all different generations. It's a great time getting to play there.
Where were you performing? Because I've been to Disneyland a few times. Where was it at?
They have a lot of main stages. They would actually kind of rotate me just to different places that sometimes they said, hey, we need someone over here. Sometimes it's over here, doing street performing. Sometimes it's on a big stage. It just kind of depends on the night.
And were you doing, obviously it probably was all covers.
They actually were super kind to let me, do a lot of my own music as well, which is rare. Here in Nashville, there's a lot of places that you're not allowed to play any original music. So, yeah, super great that Disney let me kind of do my own thing.
Oh, that's cool. Go check Delaney out. She's at DelaneyAnn.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. Her latest single, This Ain't Country Club, is out now, and you're going to hear it here in a few minutes. Well, you're living around Nashville, but it's really not because of music. Your husband's in the military and stationed there. Yes.
It's such a big blessing. We kind of got to get here thanks to the military. We got the preference where we wanted to go, and we said, get us as close to Nashville as we can. And so it's been a huge blessing to be able to be here, and it's been great for my career and great for his as well.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. And he's home right now, so that's even better.
Yes, it's great. He just got back from a little 9-month deployment to Europe, and so super glad to have him back. And the whole music thing sure is a lot easier with him around to help me carry all the heavy amps.
Yeah, hey, honey, I got a gig. You're my roadie.
Exactly.
Tonight, whether you like it or not. Well, you signed with this Synapse Publishing like in 2022. But did you just sign like a record deal as well?
Yes, thanks for asking about that. So I signed a publishing deal, which was a really big step for me as a songwriter. And my relationship with the company just grew and got even better over time. And they said, hey, we kind of want to sign you as an artist as well. So now I'm super blessed to be able to be putting out my own music and not just writing for other people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and a friend of the show, Sarah Harrelson, she reached out to us about you, and you said in one of your social media posts you're filming a project with her and some other cool folks?
Yes. Oh, this is just the most exciting thing. So Sarah and I are part of a mini TV series that's being filmed right now about 4 female songwriters. It's called Women Behind the Lyrics, and they're following us on the road, following us in the studio, following us lots of gigs, and it's going to be a really cool project when it all unfolds. Wow,
that's impressive. That's cool. Shine a little light on the ladies, so that's about damn time.
Yeah, right.
I did a podcast with Sarah, and we talked a lot about that, but it's crazy. So, obviously you guys probably met because she's a prolific songwriter.
Right. Yes, we met writing a song together. It was our first time we met, and we've written a few pretty cool songs right now. I think she's even planning on recording one of them that we've written together. So,
cool. So we'll start to get to hear them here. Sooner than later. And I saw, the first 6 months you were in Nashville, you wrote 75 songs.
Yes, yeah. It just happened quickly. When I got to town, you're just so inspired by all the amazing writers around you, all the amazing work that you're hearing when you go out to these writers' rounds. And so it was really inspiring for me to be around, and I just couldn't stop writing.
Man, that is impressive, Delaney. I was
thank you.
Was she doing anything? Just waking up, writing? It's crazy. You mentioned some of your inspiration, but how does a song start?
Ooh, it's always different, which is one of the most fun parts for me. Sometimes it's a friend says something, in conversation. Sometimes it's, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, ooh, I don't think anybody's written a song like that. And sometimes it's just you start humming a little melody and it just turns into something.
Do you have a notepad? Is it your phone? Because when you get an idea, you got to write it down.
I have the most wild like voice memos in my phone. The voice memos, I always pray no one hears them. They are so weird sometimes, but you know, sometimes they turn into something cool. So I'm just sticking with it.
Yeah. Well, one cool thing, I mean, you love Texas. You're heading back there this month. You got some tour dates in Texas.
Yes, I'm so excited to head back to my neck of the woods around the Houston area. Going to play some shows and got some cool venues on there that I haven't been able to play before, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, and is this you and a guitar? Or?
I think for two of the shows it's going to be a guitar, me, and a fiddle, which is one of my most fun ways to play a show.
Nice. Well, that'll be cool. Yeah, go check her out, DelaneyAnn.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Her latest single, This Ain't Country Club, is out now. And I think on her, either one of them, I think her social media has her dates. And I think her website might have her dates on there, too. So if you're listening around the Texas area, go and check her out because they're coming up this month.
Please do.
Nashville, I mean, I imagine being from Texas, I mean, us from Wyoming, when we have the rodeos out here in the summertime, we say the same thing. All the fake cowboys show up, or you're a cowboy for a week during the rodeo week. How is it in Nashville? I mean, is it just overwhelmed with, wannabe cowboys?
You know, they call it Nash Vegas now for a reason. It's gotten crazy. They're everywhere, and I always tell people this song is in good fun. You got to poke fun at it a little bit, but just growing up around such real, legit cowboys, it was hard not to laugh at some of the things I've seen here.
Yeah, I'll bet. How's Broadway? I mean, because it seems like it's changing all the time.
The locals kind of just avoid Broadway like the plague, to be honest with you. Yeah. It is just craziness. I actually got caught down there on a Saturday at noon recently driving, and I was like, okay, I made this mistake once, never making this again.
That is so true, because I ask a bunch of people that are in Nashville, nobody goes down there at all. They stay completely away. It's like living in Vegas, and I don't go to the Strip. Forget it.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. I mean, but you go see shows, or where do you go see them at?
Some of my favorite places are 3rd and Lindsley, the Listening Room. I really love to go places that, artists get to share their lyrics and their story. And, Broadway's a fun time, don't get me wrong, but if you want to hear some people, tell you about their life and their lyrics, it's not going to be on Broadway, sadly.
No, and like you said, some of them won't even let you play your original music.
Exactly. It can be pretty brutal down there. But there's the art and lyrics are still alive and well in Nashville, just not so much on Broadway.
Yeah. I saw you mention that you found your sound now.
Yeah. I really have kind of leaned into those Texas roots, which has been really exciting, and it's a big process for an artist to kind of find where exactly do I fit into this genre, because as you know, country is getting broader and broader, and so it's been really cool to get to be in the studio thanks to having a team and a label now that can help me record some stuff, and it's been really, really cool to lean into those Texas roots. Yeah.
Well, I imagine this is just the tip of the iceberg. Have we recorded more songs? What's the plan?
Yes. I have 4 more that are in the process right now. We're in the studio kind of finishing things up, and I'm excited to hopefully release some new music this summer.
Nice. And then are we doing the single route? Keep releasing singles?
So I definitely have a long-term goal with an album, but for now I'm going to kind of ease into it with a couple singles before I launch that full album.
Yeah. Keep giving a little taste.
Exactly.
Exactly. Singles world. Keep doing that.
Yes, exactly.
8th generation Texan. Will we move back there sometime?
Oh, I would love to get back there for sure. I think it's where my family is. It's where my roots are. I love Nashville. It'll always have a place in my heart, but can't keep a girl out of Texas too long.
Yeah, for sure. This Ain't Country Club. You got to listen to the lyrics because it'll definitely put a smile on your face. It's awesome. And this is a perfect song for us out here in Wyoming too. So way to go, Delaney.
Thanks so much.
Delaney Ann, go check her out, DelaneyAnn.com. She's on Facebook, Instagram. Here is This Ain't Country Club. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
It's KIX 96.5.